Hey everyone, Bluebridge here, and I'm going to have another look at the game yesterday because I missed a few points. That's through not having a great stream, so let's get into it. So they've clamped down on the streaming these days. So some streams are up and down. So not you don't get to watch the full match if you're in the UK, unfortunately, unless you have got one of those VPNs, which I don't have at the moment. So I missed a couple of vital things that need talking about, and the first one was Jordan Pickford. Jordan Pickford and the penalty decision, VAR as well. So I just want to tackle that today, and because I'm watching it again, the more I see it, the more livid I am of the corruption that goes on in today's game. And it's like it's geared to make Liverpool win the league. Before I get into that decision, the Pickford decision, one of the things, Liverpool versus Everton, a couple of weeks ago, that was meant to be played. Conditions were windy, very high winds and rain. They called it off. Yesterday, high winds and rain, but they decided to keep the game. And the commentator said those conditions weren't a lot worse than what was the Liverpool Everton game. And Everton was just, I think they were going to face them on the back of a good result. Not a conspiracy theory, but it's a bit sus that they didn't actually have that game when, and it kind of, does it favour Liverpool? Only time will tell. But anyway, that was a bit of a leveller in the game, and that would have been a bit of a leveller in that game as well, because Liverpool wouldn't have been able to play their natural football, and that's what we found yesterday. We weren't able to play our natural game, and it's more suited Everton, because Everton were just there to sit in the mid block, defend, make things difficult for us, knock the ball long as much as possible, and so we can play our free-flowing attacking football the way that we used to do, and are used to, and so. Yeah, it did kind of make it more of a level playing field. But having said that, that's what the league's about. The league's meant to test you in various conditions. Can you do it on a wet, windy night in Everton? It used to be Stoke, but same sort of play, same sort of style of play. And you should grind out results. And arguably, we should have had the win. Okay, their keeper made a couple of good saves, but Nicholas Jackson, the first one, people knocking Nicholas Jackson. The first one was a little bit behind him. Should still have gone either way of the goalkeeper. So I'll give him a little bly on that one, because the ball played to him was slightly behind him. But the second one, he should have buried. There's no excuses for that one. It was easier to score. I don't know what it is with his heading. And the thing is, if you want to be an elite player, what the elite players do, they don't become elite just by natural ability alone. It's through practicing on the football field. His heading has always been the weak from last year. It's kind of improved. He scored a couple of headed goals, but for a man of his height and stature, he should be scoring a lot more in the air. So if you know that's an area of weakness in your game, what you need to do, you need to get out on that field. You need to be practicing those headers to master that part of the game that you're lacking. I've read autobiographies of your Frank Lampards, your Zolas, and they practice free kicks and technique and day in, day out till it was dark in order to get to the level that they were at, that you saw them. So that's what Jackson needs to do. He needs to get on that field and practice and practice and practice until he gets that. That's the only, as I said, that's the only way he's going to elevate himself into a top striker. But some of the nonsense that I've heard people saying about, they're just wait. He's had a good season. Let's be honest. They're just waiting for one chance for him to mess up and say, he's rubbish, he's useless, or whatever. I've seen Erling Haaland miss some easy chances. I've seen Mbappe miss some easy chances. I've seen Mo Salah miss some easy chances. Every striker misses easy chances. It's how you come back afterwards. But as I said, having said that header, he should have really scored. But I want to go to the penalty decision, because that was disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful decision. The more you see it, as I said, the more angry you become. And even when you got Dermot Gallagher, who's usually on the side of the referees, even when he couldn't defend it. You had what's her name, Sue, who's Everton supporter. She's an analyst in the morning on Sky. Even when she can't defend it, and it's their own team. And then you got Warnock, who's a Liverpool supporter, so it'd have been in his best interest if Chelsea had lost. Even he said it was a clear penalty. And Warnock went on to say it's even a red card. He was reckless. This guy is out of order. He's reckless. He was out of control. He came flying in with venom. And if anything, Malagusto, it proves that one of the reasons it proves why we're not ready yet to compete for the title. Bit strange of things you may be saying, but you got to be cute. You got to be smart in these situations. Arsenal are having that fine art of how to be cute, how to win fouls, and how to it's the tactical fouling that Pep Guardiola's teams used to do. And one of the things you need to be smart at, what Drogba was great at doing. This guy's come flying in at you. I'm not saying put your foot in there because he could have broke his leg, basically. He's caught him a bit and he's actually gone to ground. But what he needs to do is he needs to be rolling around in agony. He needs to play act a bit. Okay, people may say it's gamesmanship. But sometimes it's the only thing you could do. If the referees are not doing their job, sometimes that's why players exaggerate sometimes. Because the referees, if they see him jump up off the ground after that horrible challenge, then they'll say, you know what, he's okay, so I won't. It doesn't give the referee something to think about. But if he had stayed there rolling along the ground, that would have given the referee a decision. That would have given VAR more of a decision to make. But because he jumped up so quick, it was an easy get out for them. But having said that, you shouldn't, as I said, you shouldn't have to play act, or not play act, because as I said, he was caught a little bit, but you shouldn't have to exaggerate in order to get a decision. VAR is there for a reason. I keep saying, I don't want to be caught talking about VAR all the time. VAR's ruined the game enough, because I don't even celebrate. If it's a tight call, I can't even celebrate. I only celebrate if it's like, it's definitely offside, but then again, they may pull it out for a foul. So when you celebrate a goal, you don't know whether VAR are going to get involved or not. So when they do get involved, you expect them to do their job at least, and they didn't do their job. First of all, the referee didn't do his job. He was right in front of the situation, and so he saw it. And Pickford, if it was an outfield player who did that, they were going to be blown up for a penalty all day long. He didn't come out with his hands. There was a goalkeeper. If he flew out with his hands or something, that's different. He came out flying across the field, his feet studs up, and he turned his back as well. So had Gusto connected fully with the ball and his follow through, he would have broken his leg. We saw he's got previous as well, Pickford, because we saw him would take out Van Dijk. That's why Van Dijk missed the whole season. Did something similar. Go back and watch the derby, Liverpool versus Everton. He did something similar. He put him out for the season, and he could have done that with Gusto. And for me, it wasn't. Not only was it a penalty, a clear penalty, it should be a red card as well, because that's dangerous play. That's he can, as I said, that's something that can injure a player. So VAR looks at that. How could they look at that incident and say it doesn't warrant the referee to even go to the monitor and look at it or advise him to give a penalty? Beyond me. Did not get the ball at all. Gusto got some of the ball, but the reason is, as I said, he couldn't make the full connection is this guy is coming out at him like a madman, and nothing's done. Enzo Fernandez questioned it as well. It's not as if our players didn't question it. As a captain, he's the only one, so he did the right thing by saying, look, what's going on, ref? No penalty? And it's just a cursory look by the VAR. And you know what's going to happen, don't you? In the next couple of weeks, you're going to have Howard Webb and his team coming out, and then you're going to see the audio. Then Howard Webb's going to say, oh yeah, perhaps it should have been a penalty for Chelsea. We made a mistake here. What good is that to us now? We've lost out on 2 points now. And I keep saying I don't think we are in a title race, but imagine that we carry on this good form, and imagine we lose the league by 1 point or 2. We look back at this incident, at this decision, and that could be the difference between winning the league and not winning the league. And so these are the things that, high stakes. within the game, and it's been ruined once again by inadequate, incompetent refereeing, and even worse, incompetency in the VAR. I'm not sure who the VAR official was yesterday. I need to have a look at it and see who it was and come back at him later. But guys, what is your opinion on that? Do you think that was a clear penalty? Am I being a bit biased because it's my team, or are you saying, looking at it, it's the same view as me and saying clear penalty, why didn't VAR take action? Let me know in the comment section below, guys. So I'm out. Have a great Christmas. Probably won't be doing one until the Boxing Day match against Fulham. So love to your families, everyone. I hope you enjoy the Christmas festivities, and I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget, as I said, like, subscribe, turn on post notifications to be notified every time I make a new video. So take care.